Hey, look, gravitation. Cannabis got to be from up north forest from Jamaica. No confirmation, dentist, no participation. Never see it in rotation in my conversation. No need for confrontation. This is my observation. Gravitation with the observation. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. Shout out my boys, the Viral Way podcast, right? I was hearing about this situation about Absol. You feel me? I didn't know if it was true or not. I didn't really investigate. My boy was telling me something about, it's on X. And you feel me? I didn't know he was talking about Twitter because I'm like, on X, what you talking about? I forgot that is the new Twitter. But anyways, I never looked deep into it, but he was saying something about soul and punch or whatever. But as you can see, Viral Way, you feel me? I'm tapping in right now just by reading the title. Absol lashes out at his label's lack of support for his solo tours. Is there trouble at TDE? So I don't know. Like I say, we about to tap in right now. Like I always say, get your drinks, get your smokes, get your eats, whatever you about to do, and let's go ahead and tap in.
Let's talk a little music. Your boy Absol is sounding like a disgruntled employee. Now, he's been lashing out a couple times during this Kendrick run. So this latest tweet he put out, he says, so according to the numbers and the analytics or whatever the fuck, a tour for me has yet to be finalized. Soul Burger dropped last November. I'm not pointing any fingers, but damn, I feel like that was some of my best work. Something's in the water for sure. This feels similar to the end of physical distribution, which ultimately resulted in the fall of my family-owned record store, Magic Disc Music. I suppose I say all this to apologize for the delay to anyone who anticipates seeing it perform live. I do hope to see you soon. Is there trouble in paradise? Are they putting all their eggs in Kendrick's basket and ignoring everybody else?
Wait. Kendrick's basket. Well, first of all, we already know contractually, you feel me? Dot is not with TDE. He's with PG Lane, which is his, own woo-wop, and he's with Universal. So contractually, they're not, you feel me, together, from my knowledge, but he's going to always be TDE forever. So I wouldn't even count Dot. Second, it don't seem like Soul was like really getting at the label, in my opinion. Just, by him, you feel me, reading that post, it seemed like he's just tripping off the logistics now, like how things are moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, the game changes all the time. So I think that's what not so much like the lack of label support. I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds like to me. Third, it would seem like right now, who would seem like they putting all their eggs in one basket might be, which is I highly doubt they do that, but just from looking at it will be SZA. You know what I'm saying? I could see, SZA doing their thing, but I mean, rightfully so. But, my opinion, but let's keep it going though.
Else.
I mean,
because he ain't even TDE no more. Kendrick ain't TDE no more, but they're still repping Kendrick as if he's TDE, and the artists that are actually TDE, I mean, they're lashing out right now.
They got Doechii too, right? Yeah. So it's like that's where a lot of their attention.
My bad. Shout out Doechii. You feel me? I've been anxiety. Shout out Doechii.
Is going as well. I mean, multiple artists, I said this on multiple episodes, have had times where they felt a certain way about Top and Punch, maybe, limiting when they can drop, how long between their drops, because SZA came out and said something, Reason said something, Isaiah Rashad, Absol. So there's been multiple people who have came out in TD and been like, man, I got to wait two years in between an album drop, or I'm not going on a tour, or whatever the case is. But I think they just have a strategic way they want to do it. And if we keep it at 100, I don't know.
It's never been easier to start a podcast than with Riverside. Here's how it works. First, go to riverside.fm.
I don't know if Absol at this point in time is garnishing enough fanfare, enough attention to go on a tour at this point in time. In my opinion, off of Soul Burger, I liked a good amount of songs off there, but I just don't know if at this point in his career, if people are going out to see him. And then also with bigger acts like Doechii and things like that, and the way touring is at this point, it's just a lot of money that got to go into it. It could be on some logistics side as well.
I believe this is where sometimes where emotional intelligence needs to come into play, because he can feel a way and he needs to elaborate and really see the real about what he's feeling and the things that's going on. So what I'm getting at to say is, you might feel like this was your best project, but it might not be hitting like you think it is. So you're overly mad about something and it's not really that. Like, I don't know too many people that's really just saying I'm bumping Absol, and I'm just not a knock to say he's an artist that's not good. He's good if you appreciate the music to that level of art. But like you were just saying, his attention and to go mainstream is not necessarily what he expects it to be. Or you might be comparing too much to other people in your mind, and that type of thing can start to fuck with you.
I feel where you're coming from, bro, but I don't know too many people that say that they bump Tech 9. Be all the way real with you. I don't know too many people that say they bump, and that's no knock to Tech 9, because I'm a fan of Tech 9, but I highly doubt that you three probably play Tech 9. I highly doubt that. My point is though, Tech Nine still tours. Relevancy, if we talking about like, you know, people just, if we talking about relevance, like bro, Tech Nine is not everywhere in everybody's face. You know what I'm saying? And it's still a tour. He's still able to tour. Brother Lynch Young, Immortal Technique, them cats. You feel me? And that's that type of style. You feel me? Of music. So should be able to tour regardless. You know what I'm saying? Now this is something that I don't know. You feel me? And I also know, like, as a prophet, you feel me? No matter what you're doing, I understand that you have to make a profit. What I'm saying is that Soul can be able to tour, whether it's the chitlin circuit, whatever it is. You feel me? I'm just saying that's something that, hey, if it's humbling, probably if he like, nah, if he's talking about mainstream, okay, then that's a different. But what I'm saying is Soul should be able to tour because Tech Nine is still touring to this day, bro. And I think with new material, nobody never talks about him. You feel me? In our realm. You know what I'm saying? On our radar. I always say this, bro. Just because it's not there, that don't necessarily, I mean, just because you can't see it, that don't mean it's not there, bro. That don't necessarily mean it's not there. So it's recency bias. That's what we on, because that's basically what you just said right now, bro. You feel me? You asking, hey, I ain't hear nobody, you feel me? Ain't nobody bumping. And like you said, I'm not doubting Soul because we already know Soul is dope. It doesn't matter, bro. It's the audience out there for him. That's the point.
Especially when you're on a label. And this is very important as artists to start getting to a point where you use labels maybe just for distribution and marketing. Other than that, you're giving too many people control over your life and what you choose to do. You can't even go on tour because you're waiting, I'm assuming, behind the label to push you to have the tour. Stay independent and create your own lane to be able to do that yourself. I would believe you should head that route at this point.
Bro, this reminds me of the Cannabis disaster battle. When Cannabis came and thought he was spitting fire, the crowd was looking at him like, what the fuck is he talking about? He wound up lashing out. I'm up here spitting the best shit in the world. I got 75 pages in this motherfucker. And they really looking at Cuz like, nigga, what the fuck? I feel like that's Ab-Soul right now. He thinks he's spitting the best shit in the world. In his brain, like you said, this is my best album. And Dot is punching him sitting back like, we can't sell no tickets off of this. And we're not selling out stadiums because Kendrick just broke his record for the highest grossing concert by a rapper in history with 9.449 million from 42,205 tickets sold at NGR Stadium in Houston. So
shout out Dot. Shout out Dot, homie. Shout out Dot.
Kendrick is out here breaking tour records every night. Sold out 90% of the GNX tour after getting all the criticism saying he can't sell out tours. You got Doechii over here going crazy. Whether you believe she's an industry planner or not, she's popping up everywhere doing everything. So where does Ab-Soul fall in that? Because he's not even a mainstream artist like that. He's still more of the underground. He's not a Schoolboy Q. He's not a J-Rock. He's down here with the Daylights of the label. And Daylight was a battle rapper turned rapper. He's still trying to get his feet off the ground, but he's bunched in with that bottom core of TDE. He's not even, I'm just saying, like, he's one step over Ray Vaughn on a TDE totem pole. He's not going to sell out a stadium tour.
And TDE looks different now than it did 10.
Bro, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. A lot of people can't sell out a stadium tour, bro. So that's the thing. You talking about a stadium tour. Hold up. Just because Dot went up there, we got to stop putting a metric. I highly doubt that that's where Soul is judging, you feel me, his metric. Like, no, I highly doubt that, bro. You feel me? Not saying I'm dissing Soul, but we already know that's another level. You feel me? That's another level. But I highly doubt that Soul wants to do that. I think he just talking about just in general, bro. Not Herbert, because I like Herbert. Herbert is the shit. But what do you say, Soul Burger? I'm thinking he's talking about the people, his fans, people that actually rock with that music, that love that music, right? I think that's what he's talking about. It don't need to be a stadium, you feel me, for him to travel to do that. Once again, I say the chilling circuit, but something like that, like, bro, get back on the road and, you feel me, and make it happen.
12 years ago, right? Because 2012 when Ab-Soul, or 2011, I think he dropped Control System. That's when he was popping. But you also had TDE was fresh in a way on the scene. You had Habits and Contradictions by Schoolboy. You had Good Kid, Mad City, or Section 8. They all kind of came out.
It was on fire.
Yeah, at the same time where it was like, damn, what is this? You had SZA followed up a couple years later. So TDE now looks differently where, and in the way we listen to music and stream music as well, we're not really checking into people, right? Like, you got to just see it or somebody got to bring it to you for you to be like, okay, this is cool. We're back there.
I was just about to say that too, bro. It's so saturated. And it's like, man, you get so much stuff that's going on. Like, it's an overstimulation. Like, unless you see it, it's kind of hard where you rarely go. Just like with touring. You feel, I mean, not with touring, but even going to see shows, bro. I love Wayne, love Kent, love all these cats, right, bro? I'm not, if it don't line up in my agenda, bro, I'm not gonna go buy no ticket. Be all the way real, but that's just me personally. But I know the cats that really enjoy the music, that really rock with. You have some people that's out there that's willing to go spend that to go come see you. You feel me? Do your thug thizzle.
Then it was like, oh, who's Q's homeboy? Who's Kendrick's homeboy on TDE? This he's in a picture with him. Let's go listen, and then we fuck with the music. Where now it's like you don't have that label or industry backing that's going to put you right in front of somebody. They're not going to necessarily, the fans aren't going to flock to you, and that's why TDE I think nowadays looks different anyway, because they put or pumped the money into Doechii, into Q. They still pumping it into Q here and there, and then they're always going to be on Kendrick's side. So I feel like that's just where the focus is. So that's where people are looking. But yeah, Absol hasn't unfortunately been relevant to keep it 100 since 2012, 2013, if we're going to keep it 100.
And it's crazy because we in a it's tough times for, I think, the type of personality he has, because
and look what I just say, relevancy, right? I just said that, bro. Relevancy, like, bro, none of that. What is relevant though? Like, all BS aside, like, I get it, but at the same time, bro, you don't need to be relevant, bro, to be able to please your fans. Like, you need to be relevant to your fans. Let's just say that. But to the whole world, no. You need to just be relevant to your fan base. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing, bro. You need to be relevant. Who did I just see last night, bro? What's my boy? And he changed his name. Boom Gang. What Jonathan, is it Jonathan Cabana? What his real name? I know I'm talking about though, but boom. Bro, I just came across his IG, just just scrolling, you feel me? Seeing what he's doing. Still got his views up, still he's catering to his art. When the last time I heard about him, and it's not because he changed his life around, you feel me? He just went, on his Christian tip, like, you feel me? No, it's not because he's godly now. No. I don't think it has nothing to do with that. What I'm saying is, at the same time, he's still catering to his fans, but he's not on the Shade Room. I'm not seeing him on the Shade Room. I'm not seeing him on Hip Hop DX or all these on sites and all these other, blogs and so on and so forth. So yeah, you just got to be relevant to your fans, not for the world.
We're in the land of the crash outs right now. He might have to crash out or something, or do something else to pick up that attention. And basically, my point is, what I'm trying to get at is that people now, they look at you as you're more of a brand. Mm-hmm. And like you said, the attention and notoriety, they want to know who you are as a person more than appreciating your music. So it's like, it's not the opposite. It's like the good music will speak for itself, and then you start to appreciate the person. Now they want you to fall in love with personality, and then start to go back and listen to your music. Because
I agree, bro. 100. I totally agree. Perfect example is Cardi B. Talking loud, you feel me, on that IG, yelling. I think that's the first person that I seen that I can remember. Probably been before that, but you fell in love with a personality and then realize, like, oh, you rap, or oh, you feel me, you do music. So that, yeah, it does change now. You feel me? It changed. Like, people want to know who you are first before they even get to your product. It was back then. It was the opposite. You know what I'm saying? It was like, nah, we can let the music speak for itself, or the product speak for itself, and then we tune into, like, oh, okay, this is who this is. But y'all let me know in the comments below. Like I said, I don't know if So was talking about this label. I'm not sure. I didn't see the punch thing, so I guess that's debunked. But y'all let me know in the comments below. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. 100.